Hi, welcome to George on the Rocks. Today we're going to create our own Summer Owl coloring book rock painting. Coloring in coloring book pages is a load of fun, but what's even more fun is painting in your very own hand-drawn coloring book rock painting. I've wanted to present this idea to you for quite some time now, but I didn't know how to go about it. Back when I was teaching myself how to paint in watercolors, I would draw out scenes that I wanted to paint. There were owls, and there were fish, and there were mermaid tails, and secret mushrooms, and magical trees. I was kind of all over the place. I painted in watercolor for about, I would say, 20 years. Then I started to explore other creative avenues like acting. Fast forward about 15-20 years, and I once again had the urge to start painting. But this time I wanted to try acrylics. And after about a year of exploring more traditional avenues of acrylic painting, and when my skills and confidence began to improve, I started to experiment with some of the techniques that I used in watercolor. And when I discovered Posca pens and Sakura micron pens, I began to experiment with doodling, line art, and of course, my version of a coloring book page. But instead of using watercolor paper, I'm using rocks. Which of course brings me back to my original problem. How best to introduce coloring book rock paintings? And I got to thinking. Quite a few of you liked my first owl painting, St. Patrick's Day Owl. I'll provide a link in the description below. And I figured an owl painting would be a great way to launch my idea of coloring book rock paintings. Plus, it's a way of me thanking you for your support in my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you taking time out of your busy schedule to see one of my videos, and maybe subscribing to my channel. Actually, I think of this channel as a partnership between you and me. We're both exploring the art of rock painting together, and if there's ever anything I can do or that you want to see me do on the channel, let me know. So how do you actually create your design for painting a coloring book rock? Obviously, the first step is to come up with a design for your stone. Now, your first design doesn't necessarily have to be the ending design. Initially, I had the owl with feet standing upright and a stylized sun on the left-hand side of the stone. But then I decided to change it up a little bit and drew the owl in with a Sharpie pen to create our coloring book rock. Perched on a tree limb with leaves, and I also added some flowers which weren't in the original design. And instead of having the stylized sun on the left-hand side of the rock, I moved it to the right side. The reason why I do the first design on a piece of paper is to familiarize myself with what I'm trying to accomplish, or the elements that I want to include. Then I step away a little bit. Sometimes I'll close my eyes and take in a deep breath, and then start the drawing process onto the stone, allowing my imagination to come through and put things in there that wants to go there. And remember, even when you have the drawing on the stone itself, you can always start over and do it all over again. But at some point, just step away from the stone, be happy with it, and then start painting. Trust me, you'll come up with new ideas as you paint your stone. Now, this was just the first part. The second part will come in about maybe 3 or 4 days, and we'll explore the whole painting process. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope to see you then. celebrate each other, celebrate your creative inner voice, and paint along the way.